This broken sandstone beam carries the royal titles of Ramesses II. It also names Mesen, an Egyptian city whose location has been disputed since 1887. At first, that sounds like a definitive statement because archaeologists found the beam at Tell Abu Seifi. But there's a catch. Other blocks from the reign of Ramesses II may have been brought here from Tjaru, about 5 miles to the north. The beam could mark the site of Mesen, or it could be a well-traveled piece of temple stone. So this is the question we need to follow. Did the lintel begin its life at Tell Abu Seifi? This year's excavation gives us somewhere to start. A huge mud brick structure, once mistaken for part of the temple, is now understood as the wall around the entire sacred enclosure. Its gateways, rooms, and different building phases place our broken beam inside a large site. If you enjoy archaeology explained from the evidence rather than the headlines, subscribe to Amazing Archaeology. There's a new discovery here every week. Now, let's look at the beam itself. A lintel stretched across the top of a doorway, so this stone belonged to a building. Its 2 surviving sections carry carving on 3 faces. They give Ramesses II's titles and record the restoration of a statue of Horus, Lord of Mesen. Modern reports use Mesen, or Mesen for the same ancient Egyptian name. I'll use Mesen from here. The words Lord of Mesen look wonderfully precise, but ancient place names rarely behave so neatly. Mesen may have been a town beside Tjaru, another name for Tjaru, or the name of Horus's temple. We have a name, but what did it describe? The puzzle began in 1887, when Francis Llewellyn Griffith spent a short season digging at Tell Abu Seifi. One of the Ramesside blocks he recovered named Horus as Lord of Mesen twice, alongside another title, Horus, Lord of the Marsh. Tell Abu Seifi has been at the heart of the search ever since. Later excavations revealed a problem. Tell Abu Seifi's secure settlement layers were mainly Persian, Ptolemaic, and Roman, with no clear layer from Ramesses II's 13th century BCE reign. Tell Hebua, 5 miles north, did preserve major New Kingdom remains, and it is widely identified as Tjaru. Put those facts together, and you get an awkward mismatch. Tell Abu Seifi has stones naming Ramesses II and Mesen. Tell Hebua has the New Kingdom settlement we might expect to find around them. Archaeologists James Hoffmeyer and Stephen Moshier have argued that the stones may have traveled south from Tjaru as settlements, roads, and waterways changed. It's a practical suggestion. Good sandstone didn't become useless when a temple fell quiet. Builders could carry it away and give it another job, with the name of Mesen still carved into its surface. A 5-mile journey is easy to imagine here. The Way of Horus crossed Egypt's northeastern frontier toward Sinai and Canaan. Officials, soldiers, and traders passed along it, while forts and shifting waterways shaped the route. Movement was part of life here. Proving that this stone moved is another matter. The latest excavation can't fill that New Kingdom gap, but it does show us what Tell Abu Seifi became. A Ptolemaic road approached the enclosure with a narrower Roman road laid over it. Inside were storage rooms, service rooms, and a route towards the sanctuary. This was a working religious complex, busy with supplies, worshippers, and staff. The smaller finds bring some of those people into view. A schist fragment shows a 26th dynasty army scribe holding a damaged shrine. Archaeologists also found a royal basalt torso and pieces of falcon figures. Horus was commonly shown as a falcon, so worship, royal authority, and military administration all meet here. Only the inscriptions name Mesen. The site's later history shows how easily a stone could lose its original address. The temple reached its architectural height under the Ptolemies. By the 3rd century CE, part of it had become Roman barracks. Later still, lime production took over. 2 circular kilns cut across corners of the old sanctuary, and masonry was stripped, burned, and reused. By then, the beam above a sacred doorway could look like nothing more than a useful piece of stone. That brings us back to the lintel. Did it start here or finish here? Finding another Mesen inscription fixed into a new kingdom wall would settle much of the argument. So, would an undisturbed 13th century BCE layer beneath the temple? Either discovery would place a Ramesside building here. If the blocks can instead be matched to buildings at Tell Hebua, we'd have good reason to think they moved south. For now, the new lintel strengthens the case for placing Mesen at Tell Abu Seifi, but it doesn't close it. The missing New Kingdom layer still leaves room for a traveled stone. After almost 140 years, Mesen has come a little further into view, but it still hasn't quite surrendered its address. What would convince you most? Another inscription, a sealed New Kingdom layer, or a block that fits a building at Tell Hebua? Let me know in the comments. If this disputed city has you wondering what else survives beneath Egypt's sands, watch New Archaeology, the Lost Sun Temple next. It follows another search for a place known from ancient Egypt and the evidence that brought it back into view.